Yo, so we got this show, right? That we starting, me and Brownie Blends. And this is a show. We can't use that already because Joe Budden used that already. We can't call it I'll name this podcast later because he
Right.
already did that. So uh we're gonna call this to be what? What is the word? To be announced? TBA?
TBA.
Okay, TBA.
I say as we go along and we start to build some character and they start to mess with it, let them do that. We're gonna let them pick the
Well, we can
name.
let them
We're
pick.
gonna let them pick.
Yeah, because I was thinking of all kind of corny shit. Like I was about to get, we was about to have to fight Tank and Jay Valentine. I said R&B, like you
Rab and Blend.
know what I'm saying. I was trying to think. I thought of something dope the other
Ribs
day,
and
but
barbecue.
yeah, ribs and barbecue is dope though. That's
Trying to
the
figure out.
hey,
That'd be the trick part, right?
damn ribs and chicken.
That'd be the trick. That'd be the trick part. Whenever somebody tries to start one of these shows, you get stumped. And you want everything to be organic, but you get stumped. Everybody be sitting there trying to come
Yeah,
up with
overthinking it.
With a clip. Nobody cares, bro.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
The name of the show
Nobody
is.
cares. So
Because hold on, no, let's put it in point because let's think about this for a second. I saw something about the Cosby Show.
Okay.
but they was the Huxtables.
right. I thought about that the other day. I did.
So Bill must have said, so regardless, it's my show.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna name it after this family. We
And
gonna
he
name
had
it
the Cosby Show too.
right. We named it the Cosby. we gonna name this shit the Cosby. That was a muscle play though.
No, I think I knew about that because I was looking at something the other day. It evolved. It was gonna be something else because certain characters got added and took away at the end. I forgot who was one of the last ones that got added. One of the sisters. One of the sisters got added at the end. So I don't remember which one.
But it was still
It was still the Cosby Show though. Yeah, it was still the Cosby Show.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and then the people on the show was the Huxtables.
They was the Huxtables.
So what you think?
Is there a difference between Bill Cosby and Heathcliff Huxtable?
That's what I'm getting at. Did they do that for a reason? Did they do that to like?
I mean,
I don't want y'all to like this family on here is perfect.
Do you separate the two?
I didn't for a while. The Cosby's is what's my listen. That's why I was blown. That's why I was blown the fuck away when the news came out about Cosby.
Right,
because
right.
the only idea I had in my mind of Bill Cosby was the Cosby Show.
Theo was supposed to be Ennis. I do know that.
He's supposed to be who?
Ennis Cosby.
In this Cosby.
The one that died.
Was it? We don't know much about
Bill's son.
Okay, but we don't know much about.
No, but I'm saying he started, it was loosely based on him.
Right.
So what I'm saying is there anything in the show or anything, do you separate the two like R. Kelly from the music? It's easier for me to separate Heathcliff Huxtable from Bill Cosby than it is for me to separate R. Kelly from Robert Kelly.
I think it's very.
Which is the same thing.
Same thing, but that's a different conversation though.
Yeah.
But because I think honestly, I think you should be able to separate the character person from what it is they do to it. It all depends on how extreme what they did in life was, and obviously what R. Kelly did was pretty extreme. But every hip hop artist is, talking about how many murders they got.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So
True.
so is it cool to listen to murderers? Obviously, we ain't got to believe it. They can say that's entertainment. I'm not really a murderer. Anybody snitching on themselves, but R. Kelly is a convicted. Whatever you want. I don't even know. To be honest, I don't even know it be so much stuff.
Yeah, he got so many different weird things going on. We don't know what is actually. Well, if you studied it, but I didn't look. I know it was he got convicted of something.
Right.
And some of you just said, speaking of which is a good transition. I was thinking of on the way over here is I heard we was just listening. Me and Ken was listening to Yella Beezy, and somebody asked him about drill music in Dallas.
Right.
Which I feel like drill music is happening everywhere, right? But it only works, in my opinion, for like Chicago,
right?
So we seen actual successful artists, which they eventually left Chicago to continue their career. Nobody's staying in that environment and doing that, right? So my question to you is, Because they also said it run. He said Yellow Beezy said it runs the money away,
Right.
which I agree. Right. So if something is running the money away, how do you feel about that? Like we got people here in the Bay that rap the same way about actual people that died and situations. Like what do you think about that? And could it ever work? Like could you be a star?
I'm having a problem drawing how do they get as big doing it as long as people were paying attention to them? How is the money? Are they talking sponsors, like corporate
No, I'm
sponsors?
talking about deals and shows and like things that rappers do.
I never thought the people that was doing deals and I never thought they cared about the content. You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
yeah,
I never thought they cared about.
you never thought like Chief Keef?
No, I'm saying the sponsors, the people who spending the money. I don't think. I never thought they cared about whether or not we killing ourselves in the music.
Hell yeah, they do because how can you sell it? You can't like if you think about the most successful rappers, it's never like 50 Cent was rare,
Right,
Tupac was rare.
right.
Like and in them times that was happening, but you think about now times when you think about who's actually big, Drake. He's
Right.
not a gangster rapper. Kendrick Lamar is
But
not a gangster rapper. Tyler, Travis Scott. The list goes on. When you think about the biggest rappers,
right.
they're not rapping about gangster shit.
But I thought it was kind of clear, the things you can't say in media, the things you can't say on a microphone. We seen what happened to the baby. We seen what happened to Kanye and Kyrie Irving. We was clear with things that I just never thought killing a nigga was like a problem with corporate money.
Yeah, well, I think when you selling a product, it's a problem.
When you attaching yourself.
Yeah, so like Travis
Okay.
Scott has Jordan,
Right.
Lamborghini, Nike. I think AP or Rolex, one of them watch companies. Like you thinking about prestigious
Right.
companies who wouldn't normally do a deal with a rapper at all.
I think that has something to do too with how so drill music, you wouldn't consider that to be mainstream music?
Who's the biggest drill rapper ever? I almost always think Chief Keef.
I'll go. I'm always go with the originator of it. I don't think
Gotta be
has
Chief
anybody.
Keef.
Is there a name that? I'm not well versed on drill music, so we'll be talking about King Von. He passed away. He's a
King
drill.
Von,
He probably would have been
Dirk.
Oh, then you probably would have to say Dirk at this point.
Dirk.
Yeah, you
But
might
does
say
Dirk have many endorsements?
Look like he's doing.
There might even be a
Look
difference.
like he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, but I'm saying when people talk about reaching for the stars and being big, right? Because and then again, we back to talking about a Chicago rapper that it worked for,
Right.
because it's organic to what they do. I think
Right.
after everybody else start mimicking, because that's what kind of Yellow Beezy was saying. What happened to the hustling rapper,
Right.
and what happened to the player? You know what I'm saying? We still got the conscious rapper, but it's like everything is so extreme either way.
So do you think the people are being told what? It's the supply and demand still, right? It's what the people want. But do you think what they putting out is what the people is deciding what the people want, or the people telling you like this is what we want more of this? You know what I'm saying? Because if the drill rap, it has the demand. If that's what people want to hear, that's just what people want to hear. Or did they not want to hear that before we put it to them? You know what I'm saying? Before we gave it to
Well,
them. That makes sense.
I think people don't. I don't know if people want to hear it or if people want to hear controversy. Like I think people want to hear somebody say they killed somebody. Like it doesn't have to be rap. If somebody gets on YouTube and say, "I killed 14 people," such and such, like Terrence Gangster Williams interviews will always do better than a regular person because he's saying
Right.
he's a murderer. You
Take,
know what I'm saying?
take it back. Sacramento, Brother Lynch, when he was talking about eating babies or killing, doing the wildest stuff, that could have never been made. A corporate sponsor could have never picked that up, right?
No.
I think so. But partly of it, part of that is Brother Lynch made it feel like that was really a part of it. He made it feel like it was really a part of his personality, right? I mean, I'm talking about cannibalistic shit.
What did
in his
Brother Lynch
music.
get convicted of? Did he do some shit like that? Because I just want to make sure he wasn't living like that.
I don't know, but he was
like, you know what I'm saying? Brother Lynch had some crazy
Brother
shit.
Lynch was the first cannibal rapper.
No.
No,
Gangsta Nip. Gangsta Nip was sounding to rap a lot, and he ate people on every song. He even had Seagram
No, talking
worshiping the devil.
talking about eating people on like MC type thing, or eating people like, like
You ever heard actions?
I just ate you up with these bars,
Yeah,
like that.
no.
Or,
You ever heard actions speak louder than words?
no, I ain't
With
heard that.
Sieg on it,
Put me on. Rest in
that they
peace,
hold
Sieg.
Sieg, Scarface, Willie D, and they worshiping the devil on that song, and 666, and
Right.
you know what I'm saying, and eating song, heads exploding, and
Right.
that was Gangsta Nip's the shit. That's what he did. You know what I'm saying? But like, of course, Gangsta Nip was never gonna be able to sell a pair of Reeboks.
Right.
And my point to this is we that has turned into that was physical records.
Right.
It has now turned into streaming. So in order to do that, you have to sell shit. Back then they didn't have to because it was like selling drugs. Somebody just gonna go pick it up with their money.
So it all really depends on how extreme you going. You know what I'm saying? How extreme it is.
Right.
Like, the more extreme, probably the less. You remember the days of Two Live Crew? They was just the most extreme.
They was very extreme.
Yeah, most sure. I think because if you look at, I saw something that was interesting today. It was talking about a lot of people don't. A lot of people might not know EBK Jaaybo, one of the most popular, you know what I'm saying, West Coast artists. You know what I'm saying, right now, and the numbers, the streaming numbers that he doing is crazy.
Right.
Could the content that they putting out be like Could that be mainstream content? Because you could argue that it's very similar to. It's in that same.
No, because none of those guys is bigger than Mozzy. Mozzy not mainstream, in my
You
opinion.
don't think so? What's define mainstream?
Mozzy is really like an independent king. Like the things he did with Empire is incredible, but he's on CMG now.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Like he did all of what he did without a major label, so that's not mainstream. You know what I mean? And also nobody's just rushing to sell products with him, if you know what I mean. Even though that doesn't have to be the goal for nobody. But what I'm saying is they put us in a position where if you don't sell physical records, you have to stream. So the thing has now become selling online. It's selling. The streaming is gonna happen, right? You'll pick up a certain bag. But it's only one Mozzy. It ain't two. It ain't three. It's only one. So it's like, what are the rest of these niggas gonna do?
Speaking of Mozzy, I really wanted to, I'm one of the biggest Mozzy. I've always been a real big Mozzy fan, right? But I always wondered, I was always waiting for him to take that extra step. Like, remember when Nipsey had it in Nipsey's career, a lot of stuff after he dropped Crenshaw and a lot of these, was it Mailbox?
Yeah.
He dropped a lot of these records, and then he came out with the album, his last album. And that kind of, I don't know if that was with a major label, but that catapulted him into a whole nother, the sound sonically was different. It catapulted to a whole nother level. He says that's the step that I thought Mozzy was about to take once he signed with CMG.
Well, that has to happen. That won't happen with a label. That'll happen with working with producers. Nipsey also said that he hadn't mixed the album up to that point.
So
he hadn't mixed and mastered.
So you think it was a quality?
That was technically his only album.
They had to have some more marketing dollars and more behind.
Well, no, he got more money behind it because I think after he did each record for what was it, 1,000? After he did that, he created so much of a buzz that he had to take it to another level. Right. Which he decided to work with 1,500 or nothing.
Right.
Prior to that, see, that's what people don't understand. Working with a producer or production team throughout your project, which you just did, makes the shit flow so much better.
Right.
It's just like niggas just making songs. It's a playlist. Put this on here.
But quality wise, when you signed with Nip back in 2011, 12, I got Facebook posts saying Nip was gonna be the next. I always was a big Nip fan. Same way, like I like spotting dudes early and falling in love with shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know who they is. Benny the Butcher, I found out about him maybe 5 years ago through a sponsored post he put up. You know what I'm saying? Just came across my page. It was like, man, I didn't know nothing about him. Didn't know he had all this music. And he opened me up to Conway, the whole little, you know what I'm saying, thing. But it's a clear cut difference between what I was hearing prior from Nipsey to his last album. in just everything, in the production, even in his lyrics, even in
That's 15 to 100 and
everything was
he
just
asked Puffy to executive produce it.
right.
He was taking steps like, nah, I gotta go big. So
Right.
that was intentional and that was him.
Okay.
So yeah, exactly what your ears ain't playing tricks on you. That
Right,
is exactly
right.
what it is. And I gotta say this for a moment that I'll never forget. Two Nipsey Hussle moments. One, I went to the funeral. That was crazy.
Right.
But the other moment was when that album dropped, All Star Game, L.A. And I remember being at Supreme and seeing Nipsey at Diamond Supply.
Right.
Because they was doing collab for the dropping of the tape. And I said, I'm gonna come back and go grab me a Diamond Supply. I wish I had that. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so just saying that to say, sometimes you just got to go do that shit. Like, that's a keepsake I would have loved to have because just like you, that's my favorite Nipsey shit.
Right.
And what he put into that piece of art means a lot. And we didn't know it was gonna be,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, like the last shit.
Right.
So.
You niggas run the IG for inspiration, cause your immediate circle ain't good for shit but hating. How you hustling just to get complacent? We never settle. Run these bitches, then we pick replacements. About my